What up, what up, what up, YouTube? This is not the first, not the second, but this is the third take of this video because of all of my hardware is not working with me. All right, I just recorded this and my mic, I had to reset the audio interface. So you could rest assured that this version of it will be shorter because I've talked about this 3 times already. So, hey, this is TC Thief, all right? In the game, I'm Thief 189. I am new to this game. This game is awesome. But I think what it's lacking is a YouTube community. I've seen a few YouTubers. I'm sure there's like, a bunch of videos out there, but it doesn't. It doesn't have the same presence as YouTube as lots of other games. So I'm gonna start making Fortnite videos. All right. I play SWTOR. I make a bunch of SWTOR videos, Star Wars: The Old Republic, but I'm on this Fortnite kick, man. This game is amazing. It has everything that I like about a first-person shooter and everything that I like about an MMO, and it's pretty much a genre-defining game. This game is its own genre, and it's just awesome. All right. There's videos out there. I think what this this community is really lacking is how-tos. There's a lot of how-tos out there, but a lot of them are spoken by people who I do not believe have the juice to be speaking about this stuff. All right, you see how to level fast, a video by a player on a level 9 home base power, and if I'm looking up at space, it's because my freaking OBS is open up there. I don't have my freaking software license ran out on Wondershare, so I'll stop being lazy and renew my license, but I'm recording with OBS right now, so don't make fun of me for looking up at God, all right? But once again, all right, you see a bunch of how-tos on people out there that are level 9s that are probably been playing the game since release, which doesn't make sense to me, all right? Like, how are you going to talk about how to level fast when you are a level 9 or a level 19 that's been playing this game for 3 months, all right? And I'm nobody. I'm not gonna like talk about whatever, but I will say that in comparison, I've seen a lot of players out there that I've passed up because I don't know, for whatever reason, but a lot of players are still that I started the game with are still around the 20s. They're 25. Whatever. I mean, doesn't really matter. But I will say this. I think I have progressed at a substantial speed in comparison to other players. All right. You can see right here, I'll open up my daily rewards. All right. I've been playing this game for 19 days, all right? 19 out of 126. And I have logged on every day for the last 19 days. Because at first I was like, oh, I'm not going to get my 20-day rewards if you don't log on. But I've been playing this game for 19 days, and I am a home base power level 50. I don't know of any player out there that has progressed this fast. If there is, sorry, you can flame me in the fucking YouTube comments if you want to, whatever. But I think for the most part, I have gone substantially fast when it comes to how fast you level your home base power. Your home base power is like your everything stat. That is what you should concentrate on most. The hero, you can concentrate on some, whatever. Just get it to the top level for the star level that you're at. But there's like find a hero that you really like and level it to the top. I am sitting on, I'll show you right here. I'm sitting on probably like, what is it? I'm sitting on 350,000 worth of hero. Yeah, I'm sitting on 350,000 worth of hero XP because I leveled this ninja first because it was my first one. I got the founders edition because I really liked the game. But then I saw this other ninja that was a dragon doing just like wreck and shop, and I was like, I want to do what he can do. Then I started reading the trees, but we'll get into that later. That is something else. All right. People say ninjas are way underpowered. I could tell you for a fact, mate, if you say ninjas are underpowered, you, my friend, are doing it wrong and you don't know how to MMO. But that, once again, that's another video. We'll get into that later. Now, your home base power, once again, 19 days I've been playing this. You can see right here, I am a home base level 50. All right. And how you do this, you ask? How you do this? And I'm going to show you. All right. This game is centered around survivors. All right. So you need to make unlocking survivors in any and all capacities needs to be your top priority. All right. Every skill point that you put into the tree needs to be working towards survivors. That is your first priority. Leveling your hero, getting fucking backpack space, and people to run you expeditions, which is a completely and utterly fucking useless part of the game. I mean, some people like that because they like crafting and whatnot. I sent out one expedition and I was like, this is fucking dumb. This guy, it takes too long. Took my heroes out of the mix for 8 hours, and then they didn't bring me shit back. So I was like, fuck this, and I'm never doing it again. And people are gonna be like, oh, but thief, you can get malachite from expeditions. And I'll say, you know where else you can get fucking malachite from? Caves. Like, get off your ass and go farm. All right. I think the expeditions are useless. All right. So put those skill points in to wherever you can get a survivor, and then concentrating on perks, bonuses, and what have you, whatever you want to talk about. Put those perks into, the shit later. All right. If you can advance the tree, all right, and you have all of your skill points into shit that you need, do not waste skill points like me on shit that you don't need, like freaking Outlanders and if you don't play Constructor and you don't have anything in that Constructor tree that you need, just because you have a skill point and you can put it into something, don't waste it. All right. If you don't play Constructors, don't fucking put skill points there. All right. This is something, once again, I should take my own advice. I wish I would have had a video of me and I could have watched it and some guy would have said, hey, dum if you don't play a Constructor, don't put fucking, and you don't need the skill points that are in the tree, don't put skill points in there. Stack skill points. So, we'll go to these skills, all right? And this first tree, once again, is pretty straightforward, all right? There's what is there? There's the survivor slots, all right? First things first. They're square, all right? They're not to be confused with these defender slots, which are utterly useless if you don't use defenders. I don't use defenders at all because I think it's dumb. So the defenders are the little ones, and their survivors are the big ones, okay? So once again, don't get it confused. Read. Some of the defenders you have to freaking spec into, so you're salty about that. Here's a freaking defender that I think the tree makes you spec into a certain. Well, I don't think. I know the tree makes you spec into a certain amount of points to move forward. I probably should have not spec'd into this. Oh, I spec'd into. Yeah, I probably should have not spec'd into this defender right here and spec'd into this freaking tech. But once again, hindsight's 2020. Now, the survivors, all right? Work everything towards unlocking the next survivor, all right? You can see right here that there's a survivor here, there's a survivor here, there's a survivor here, there's a survivor here, and then here, here, here. All right. So on the first tree, it's not really that important. Just get to this survivor slot and then work your way down. So unlock to this survivor, then work your way down to this survivor. Then whether if you're playing an Outlander, cool, you can spec all the way to this survivor, and then once again spec to this survivor, and then finish off with the I almost fucked myself. I almost fucked you too. This is a home base freaking defender slot. You don't want this trash, right? This maybe. No, this is a survivor right here, all right? So you got to be really careful because the survivors and defenders are square. So you don't want defenders. I don't really use defenders. So once again, first skill tree, pretty much straightforward. Now your second skill tree, all right? You can see there's survivors here, 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 here. So there's a lot of survivors in these skill trees. Now these what you can do is you spec, this is a shotgunner in the freaking Plankerton defender, but there's a survivor here. You can see there's a defender here. I didn't spec into that. I went around it. So you can spec into this survivor, and this skill tree stop gates you, and to advance forward, it makes you put a certain amount of points in. So spec into this survivor down right here. You can come down and spec into this survivor. Right, and if you can go over and spec into this survivor. I think it stop gates you right here. So if you're stop gated right here, just go ahead and spec into this survivor, like up, bam. You're gonna go up, spec into that survivor, and then from there, it should allow you to go forward to the next survivors. Go to a survivor. All right, once you get all of the survivors unlocked in the tree and you haven't spit any skill points on, useless shit like this motorcycle crap, I went here. I didn't, like I said, I don't use expedition, so I had to spec into the stupid airplane expedition, but whatevs, I spec'd into the airplane expedition so I can get this lead survivor evolution, and then 3-star survivor evolution. You need both of those, all right? But I don't play constructors. I'm a dum-dum. Once again, if I had a video of me telling me not to spec into shit I don't need, I wish I could have these skill points right here. I would have stopped at this survivor. All right. Skill trees, once again, pretty straightforward. Spec as far as you can as the tree will allow until it stop gates you to the survivor. And then if there's space to go to another survivor in the tree, go down to that next survivor and stop. And then go down to the next survivor and stop. All right. Everything should be centered on working your way up the tree to the closest survivor you can, so you can get a survivor in the slot and stay there. Once in that tree, you have unlocked all the survivors you can. There's no survivors you left. Finish your trees off, all right? I'm a ninja, so I spec'd into this ninja shit, the 3-star evolution. I don't play Outlander at all because I think it's stupid. All right, so I didn't spec into this 3-star. I saved my skill points, all right? Now, there's going to come a point, right, where here you have to complete a quest, which is all of the Canny Valley quests. You have to complete the rocket blasting off to get into the next skill tree, all right? You're going to have these skill points laying around, burning a hole in your pocket, all right? And you're going to want to put it in, bullshit, like... You're going to be like, oh, I want to put it in this motorcycle, really see how expedition is. Don't do it, all right? If you don't send out expeditions, don't put skill points into trash that you don't want, all right? Stack skill points, just save them, save them, save them. Do your quests, stack them up as much as you can, because once you get into the next tree, you're going to see, like, your progression will jump by, like, 5 levels. Say you have 80 skill points stacked because you've been, completing the quest. You finally complete the quest, and you get here, and you unlock the next skill tree, all right? You come to 3, and then you have 80 points, all right? Albeit it's 3 skill points to unlock in skill tier 3, but you can spec into all of the survivors that you can with those 80 skill points that you have unlocked. You can see in this tree, I've unlocked all the way up to survivors, except I unlocked all the survivors, and once I stopped at all the survivors, I worked on my ninja tree, which is right here, and now I'm working on my my soldier tree, which is right here. All right, unlocked the assault rifle, which is really important. Probably put my next point right here. And once I get that point right here, I'm going to spec into like some trash over here. I think I need this 4-star survivor evolution, but I might not spec into that. I might come here and then make this tree available, and I might just start stacking skill points, just stacking them and stacking them and stacking them, because the map that I'm on is really, really long, and there's a lot of quests. So by the time I get done with that map, I should have a lot of points to put into the next tree. All right. So that covers the skill trees. Once again, spec into everything you need to unlock a survivor, and then worry about your hero second. So survivor's first priority, your hero, whatever class that you play the most, is your second priority. Now, the research tier, I'm not going to really go too far into detail on the first tree, because the first tree is pretty straightforward. You kind of have to spec into a lot. You kind of have to spec into the survivors. I mean, you don't really, but before you go to the next research tier, you just sit there and you have to unlock a certain amount of nodes before you move over. But when you unlock your nodes, just unlock. I do offense first because I'm a DPS. I play on a ninja, so I spec into offense, survivor. I stopped. All right, from there I spec into tech, survivor. And then I stopped. I didn't go any higher. You can see right here that I didn't go anywhere higher. That tech, I need it later on, but when I get to my last set of survivors, right, when I'm gaining 4 skill points, I can come back to this tree and spec it in tech, and, you know, spec in a shield. I'll probably never spec in endurance because I think endurance is a pretty useless stat unless you're on a tank. But you can see that I spec'd into survivors and I stopped. And then once I was allowed to go to the next skill tree, I didn't come back and start specking into this offense here. I was like, oh, I have new survivors available, so I'm going to start working toward those new survivors. You can see right here, I spec'd into all the survivors. I stopped here. All right, I spec'd in an offense first. All right, once I spec'd into like this little spider looking thing, I made a little spider, bam, well, 4-legged spider, stopped here, and then I stopped here. Once I stopped there, it requires 25 nodes to go to the next tree, which I'm working towards right now. I'm going to unlock this slot, and then I'm going to unlock this slot. Because I think this is bug. I wanted to unlock lead for survivor transformation because I have one rare lead survivor I want to get rid of. But this is bug because it allows me to transform heroes now instead of lead survivors. So I'm going to spec into this heroes one. Maybe they just got the placeholders wrong, and maybe that'll help me out. But that's different conversation, right? Going forward, once I put the next skill into this slot, I go to research tier 3. I can tell you the exact path that I'm going to take. I'm going to come here, 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 and then I'm going to stop. All right. And then from there, I'm going to go into probably tech second. I'm going to go here, 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 and then here to that survivor, and then I'm gonna stop. And then, you know, rinse and repeat every single way that I go. All right, I'm gonna go into that survivor. All right. Now, once I have all the survivors locked on this tier, I'm gonna start working on all this extra offense that I've got going for me over there. Now, the minute that I get, here we go. The minute that I get 35 nodes into this tree, I'm going to go to the next tree and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to, well, the research tree, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to offense, survivor. And then I'm going to tech, survivor. All right. And then once I have all the survivors unlocked, then I'm going to start working on all the other stuff. Now, this research is meant to really slow your progression because it's really, really super slow. And it doesn't get any faster than the tier I'm on right now. I could just store more points and, you know, the generation limit. I can store more overall points, and then I can store more points that I've generated. All right. So once again, quickest path up to the survivors at all possible. That is your top priority. All right. I cannot say that enough. Okay. Now, once you start unlocking survivors and what have you, all that other stuff, and, you know, you work on your heroes, you get to the next tree. I want to cover something which is highly misconstrued throughout the community. It was misconstrued by me. All right, I'm an MMO player, so I always prioritize set bonus first, and then the highest armoring. If you know, the armoring outmatches the amount of stats that you'll lose, the set bonus always does better. So I didn't put anybody that had personality matches in my squads because I didn't know how it worked. But I read some awesome freaking what is it called, spreadsheet on the Epic forums that I'll post the link down in the description. This guy's I don't know his name, but he has an awesome fucking spreadsheet, man, with like everything that you could want to know about this. I wish I would have had that spreadsheet when I first started the game because it would have really helped me out. But definitely down in the description, check it out. I'll put it down there, I'll link it. But survivor squads, this is what we're going to talk about, right? People, this is super confusing when you first start because it's just like drinking from the fire hose. All right. So 3 things I'm going to tell you. All right. When building these squads, you need to put the highest card in the slot that you can. If you don't have the highest card, the next priority is the highest card with a personality match. And then the third priority is the highest card with a set bonus. So set bonus is the last priority. First priority is the highest card available. The second is the highest card with a set bonus, or the highest card with the personality match. And then the second is the highest card with a set bonus. All right. So you want to put the highest card at all possible in it. Now, this can change depending on the personality that you have in here. All right. So check this out. This is how personality works. All right. At first glance, I was like, well, I don't have the personality. You can see I have a 3 out of 3 range damage bonus because I have 3 ranged people in the slot. All right. So at first glance, you look at it and you're like, oh, I can't get the personality set bonus because I'm not 7 out of 7. So I'm not going to worry about the personality whatsoever. Don't do this. This is wrong. All right. And I readjusted all my shit like probably 3 days ago because I read this guy's spreadsheet and I went up 3 levels just by matching personalities and disregarding set bonus. All right. You can worry about the set bonus when you get all your personalities right, when you start getting double cards and you can start putting personalities with the same set bonus, matching all that shit up. But check this out. This is what this does. So we're going to take out this gal right here, and this is not a job match, so it's going to take it down even more. But you can see, all right, you see these green cards right here. Each this card is green because the same personality. This card is green because the same personality. This card is not green because it doesn't have the same personality. All right. What the personality does is if you match your card's personality to the lead survivor, it buffs the card up an additional insert, integer here, insert number here. It could be 5 depending on how strong your survivor is. There's a lot of factors that goes into it, but simplest form, it buffs the card. If you match the personality to the lead survivor, it buffs your card level. All right. And we'll take this out and we'll put this guy in. We'll see. These guys with the same personality went down to 34, 49, and 48. All right. So this guy's personality doesn't match. It's the same exact card. All right. But the personalities are different. Well, it's got different set bonus, but don't worry about that. Or you can see it's the same exact card. They're both 34s. But once I put my lead survivor back in, that's a personality match. It takes that card up to 39. So that's a 5 bonus off of my lead survivor. Once again, it has to do with how strong your lead survivor is, whether it's a legendary, rare, epic, what have you. All right. So if at all possible, match personality. If you cannot match personality, put the highest card in the slot that you can. So you can see right here that I wasn't able to match personality. So I had this 34, so I put her in the slot. I also got a range set bonus. That's a lot of reason why I put this gal in the slot, because I got that range set bonus. Once again, if you can get a set bonus and you don't have to take away your card level, get that set bonus, but the top priority is matching that personality to that leader's personality because it buffs your cards. Once again, set bonus is the lowest priority. All right. Now, you can level these low survivors, but you can see I leveled these low survivors because, or these survivors because they're legendary, but the epics, I've just taken them up. There's a couple that I've taken them up because it was before I really understood how this works. But your your epic survivors, I haven't really leveled them up that high because I plan on getting rid of them. All right. Now, your legendary survivors, I have leveled some of those because I think you can benefit some from them, because if you keep them around, all right, if you plan on keeping them around, what have you. But I don't plan on keeping epic survivors around for very long. All right. You can see that I haven't really leveled this rare lead survivor because I plan on, excuse me, I plan on switching him out. Okay. Now, one thing I want you to focus on, all right? So let's see this. Where's my, all right. So I'm going to take this level 47 out and we'll see how, pay attention to the upper left corner of my screen. All right. We'll take her out, select. It went down a bar and a half. All right. So we'll put her back in. Bam. It went up a bar and a half. Now pay attention. All right. I take out a lead survivor. That thing went down almost an entire bar. And this is a low level lead survivor. This survivor has only been leveled to the second star, highest level in the second star. So I've evolved it once. So this is a relatively low lead survivor. I got a bunch of other lead survivors that are on like the third star and I haven't leveled them up yet. But what does that tell you? All right, this tells me that it is far more beneficial to level the lead survivors first as far up as you can. All right. And the way you do this is you need to farm the drops of rain and all the mats that you need to level that lead survivor up. So you need to get into the maps with drops of rain. All right, farm them drops of rain. And if your weapons are at an appropriate level, don't waste any rain putting freaking rain into stupid weapons that you don't need. All right. Every single scintilla of rain that you have should be going into leveling up. Most especially if you have legendary lead survivors, you need to level up those legendary lead survivors as far as you can as your tree allows it. All right. It is far more beneficial to level these lead survivors than it is to level these regular survivors. So level up your leads as far as possible. I would be a higher level right now, but I wasn't. Once again, I got the troll llamas. We got the troll llamas last night. I spent all my V-Bucks and I rotated out a bunch of higher level epic lead survivors than I had legendary survivors. So I got 3 legendary lead survivors last night out of the troll llamas. Bam, bam. And then I think this guy right here. So I had to recycle the old lead survivors that were of higher level, but eventually these lead survivors will be better because they're going to stay in the slot. All right. So once again, all right, concentrate on your personality, your highest card with the personality, and then set bonus last. So set bonus is always your last priority. If you have a lower card with a set bonus on it and a higher card, always choose the higher card, preferably higher card with the personality. So you should be trying to match personality first. All right. So this is a good squad right here. I've got the highest cards in the slot that I can with the appropriate personality. Hopefully I get a couple more of these curious personalities, 4 more curious personalities. This squad will be done. All right. And then I will level up all of the survivors as far as possible. I don't have set bonus in here. Hopefully, like I get 2 range set bonuses with the curious personality and I can work on a set bonus later. But, worry about that later. If you want to power level, get up as high as possible, personality, highest card, personality, and then freaking your set bonus. Set bonus is the lowest priority, and then concentrate on leveling the lead survivors. I didn't know how much levels that it raised you, the lead survivors, because I really wasn't concentrating on my lead survivors, but I started leveling one and I was like, holy shit, that's taken me up a lot. So I dumped all of my XP into leveling those lead survivors. So concentrate on those lead survivors. All right. And now the last thing, easy way to get survivor XP. All right. There is this resource in the armory called people, and I had 1,000 people, and I was like, what the fuck do you do with this? Like, I have no, like, what are these people for? I don't get it. They're for transformations. All right. The highest you can get is epic. All right. At a transformation. So as I understand it, all right, maybe you get one-time use legendary schematics and maybe one-time use mythic schematics. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. I'm pretty sure you get the legendary ones. I've gotten a few legendary heroes schematics in the past. But I think in the skill tree, the highest you can go is epic. All right. So me, I don't transfer. I don't use epic weapons and I don't use epic heroes because I have legendary weapons and legendary heroes that I like. So I put everything into transforming these into these epic survivors. And what this is going to do is, number one, it'll give you an epic survivor that you can put into the slot when you have an empty slot. And then if you have a lot of people resources, you can recycle these epic survivors that you don't need, and it gives you survivor XP. So go in and farm the rescue the survivor missions, because you get a lot of people from that, and then that gives you a lot of transformation, capability, and then you can get a lot of survivor XP from these from this transformation. All right, once again, try this out. These schematics right here, you can see they're like infinite use. Let me see. These are the schematics that I own, and these are just one-time use shits. Like I don't really need any. I really wish I could like melt these down and turn them into something else, because I'm not going to use them. So yeah, use your people on this, because that will cause you to get extra freaking extra survivor XP you can push into your survivors. All right. And last things last. Today, I've been waiting for it. A troll llama came out. All right. You can see I'm sold out, but the legendary troll truck llama. I will tell you, don't spend your V-Bucks on this upgrade llama. Don't spend your V-Bucks on that shit. It's garbage. Sometimes you will get good shit, maybe not. I would save your freaking V-Bucks to max out these legendary troll llamas. All right. They are 1,500 V-Bucks, and you're able to buy 2. So I bought 2 of them. All right, that's 3,000 V-Bucks. If you stack your V-Bucks, it's totally random when they come out, but this is a good place to get legendary and mythic survivors on. All right, so save your monies for the freaking troll truck llamas. All right, you don't have to spend any money on the game, what have you, but if you stack your V-Bucks, all right, it's totally random when it comes out, but hopefully you'll have at least 1,500 to buy this. Another thing good to buy in these legendary, or in these the special that goes on, the daily special, is you get the super ranged llama. It's a guaranteed legendary out of the super ranged llama, and then the trap llama gives you 5 legendary traps or whatever. But if you don't have V-Bucks, or you're not going to buy V-Bucks for the game, save your V-Bucks for this legendary troll truck llama. It is awesome. Okay. But I think that's all I have for this episode, all right, or this video. I'm gonna do more videos for Fortnite. I'm once again really into this game. If you like what you see, hey man, mash that sub button. All right. I definitely want to do this more often. If you are looking for a squad and you raid, or whatever you call it, you play Fortnite on the EU schedule, all right, which is right now, well, when I'm streaming, I can tell people what time it is. I can't tell people what time it is on a video, but we're on Central European time. That's what time we play. We're looking for another freaking squad member. We got 3 squad members right now, and we don't have a 4th. But yeah, hit me up. It's Thief189 and freaking Epic, and I'm definitely willing to play with you and stuff. But always looking for a really good 4th player, man. That is all I've got. Once again, mash that sub button. Later.